Have you ever had moments where everything just clicked, where the timing was perfect? You said just the right thing. The right person showed up at the right time. The path opened effortlessly, and everything just felt right. That's the flow state. And what many people don't realize is that the flow state is not random. It's not luck, and it's not coincidence. It is the language of your higher mind, the part of you that sees much further, knows much more, and is always guiding you toward the path that unfolds the most smoothly, efficiently, and naturally for you. The path of least resistance. Today, we're going to explore what the flow state actually is, how to get into it, what pulls you out of it, and how this state is directly connected to manifestation, synchronicity, and even the gamma brainwave, your peak state of performance and expanded awareness. By the end of this video, you'll understand why living in the flow makes your life easier, clearer, and far more magical. Not because something outside of you is helping, but because you are finally working in harmony with yourself and your higher mind. What exactly is the flow state? The flow state isn't just feeling good or being calm. It's the very specific moment when your physical mind and your higher mind sync, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions harmonize with your soul's natural frequency. When you're in the flow state, you trust the moment and release the urge to insist on or control what is happening. Instead, you stay in a vibration of openness, curiosity, and presence. Because excitement is not just a feeling, it's the mechanism that your higher mind uses to organize synchronicities around you, lining up the right people, opportunities, and timing so the next step on your path becomes obvious and effortless. When you're in the flow, things unfold smoothly, solutions appear quickly, obstacles dissolve, timing is perfect, conversations open doors, you feel guided. When you're out of flow, you feel tired. Everything takes longer than it should. Small problems turned into big ones, and you feel like you're pushing a boulder uphill. Being in the flow feels like momentum. Being out of flow feels like resistance, friction. But both states are communication. One is guidance, the other is redirection. When you trust your higher mind to guide you, it will always show you the path of least resistance. Efforts and circumstances that are the best frequency match for you, and what is most relevant for your growth at this moment. Life begins to feel like a beautiful symphony that's perfectly orchestrated, and you glide instead of forcing, pushing, or struggling. What brings you into the flow state? There are 3 core elements that pull you directly into flow. Number 1, following what brings you joy and excitement. Joy, excitement, and passion are not just simply emotions. They are your compass. They are the frequency of your true self calling to you. When you take action based on these feelings, you align with your higher self. You place yourself on the timeline where your highest outcomes already exist, outcomes that far often exceed your expectations. You also activate the necessary events that guide your next step. The entire path in front of you organizes automatically, even if you don't know how it will unfold. Your job is not to control the process. Your job is simply to follow the energy that feels most alive and uplifting. Number 2, non-insistence. When we release the need to insist or control events and instead trust that they will unfold for our highest good, resistance dissolves because insistence is resistance to the natural unfolding. The moment you insist something must happen your way, at your time, through your chosen path, you step out of flow. Why? Because the higher mind sees countless paths the physical mind cannot. Living in flow requires flexibility, openness, and trust. When you stop insisting how something must come, you create space for something better than your physical mind could possibly imagine. Number 2, everything in your life serves a purpose. Nothing is random. Another key to entering the flow state is realizing that nothing in your life is random. Every event serves a purpose. Every moment is part of a larger orchestration working for you, not against you, no matter how it may seem on the surface. When you begin to see life this way, something profound happens. Your nervous system relaxes. Your vibrational state expands instead of contracts. You stop fighting the moment and begin working with it. Flow emerges because you're no longer arguing with reality. You're recognizing its purpose. Some events support you directly. Others redirect you, slow you down, speed you up, or place you where you need to be. But all of them are functional. When you trust this, not as a concept, but as a lived truth, your entire system becomes more open, more receptive, and more aligned with higher mind guidance. Flow doesn't come from control. Flow emerges when you understand that life is already organized around your evolution. What takes you out of the flow state? There are 3 major things that can distort the signal from your higher mind. Not because the connection is lost, but because your ability to receive becomes clouded. Number 1, fear and negative beliefs. Fear isn't the enemy. In fact, fear is your best friend. It's a powerful messenger. It tells you you're holding onto a belief that does not reflect the higher frequency you're tuning into. Negative beliefs express themselves as anxiety, doubt, hesitation, avoidance, overwhelm, procrastination. In contrast, positive beliefs express themselves as excitement, passion, curiosity, eagerness, aliveness, upliftment. When you examine your beliefs, ask yourself, does this belief make me feel open and expansive? Or does it make me feel restrictive and contracted? It's the same energy, just opposite polarities of the same current. Number 2, insistence and control. When you insist on how something must manifest, when you force yourself down a specific trajectory, when you insist on how something must unfold, you pull yourself out of alignment, out of flow. The higher mind already knows the shortest path, and it knows how to orchestrate that path. The physical mind slows it down when it tries to take over. The flow state only exists when the physical mind trusts the higher mind and focuses on the destination, taking actions by following clear signs. But it does not decide how things unfold. That's the higher mind's domain. Number 3, resistance to what is. Flow is elusive when you argue with your reality. When you say, this shouldn't be happening. Not this. Not now. Why is this happening to me? Your vibrational state contracts. Because by rejecting what is happening, you're rejecting the reflection your higher mind is giving you about your current state of being. Your outer reality is always mirroring your inner vibrational state, your current frequency. So when you resist the reflection, what's happening around you, you create more tension, more distortion, and more misalignment, which then shows up as more of the same in your life. This is the reflective nature of reality. And it's wonderful because the world always reflects back to you your state of mind. Flow requires acceptance that on a higher level, you've orchestrated what you're currently experiencing. It's the willingness to acknowledge, in this reflection I'm receiving right now, I can change it. Acceptance unlocks movement. Resistance locks you into the same loop, replaying the same pattern until the lesson is learned and integrated. Let's give a flow and manifestation example of a Corvette. Let's explore how flow directly relates to manifestation using a simple and fun example. Imagine you want a Corvette. You put your attention on it, visualize it, and send out the vibrational energy of already owning that Corvette. If the Corvette is relevant to your path and growth, if it aligns with your purpose, your lessons, your timing, your joy, then you will begin to see synchronicities and signs related to Corvettes. You may notice more of them on the road than usual, see pictures of the exact model in commercials or in your bulk mail. Hear people mention Corvettes who never normally talk about cars, or even find one parked next to you in a parking lot. This is the higher mind communicating with you, saying, yes, stay in this vibration, keep going. But if the Corvette is not relevant to your highest path right now, if it would pull you away from experiences that are truly in your best interest, if it isn't vibrationally aligned with who you're becoming, or if something far better is meant for you, here's what happens. You start experiencing general friction. Things may begin breaking down, computers, appliances, or your current car. You may experience miscommunications, delays, or repeated frustrations. There's just a feeling of off, as though you woke up on the wrong side of the bed for the whole week or a month. This isn't punishment. It's not the universe is denying you. It's your higher mind redirecting you because you're trying to manifest the symbol, not the essence of what you truly want. The symbol is the Corvette. The essence of what you truly want is reliable transportation, independence and mobility, the freedom to go to work, run errands, visit friends, joy, pleasure, a sense of upliftment, the feeling of adventure and possibility. When you drop insistence on the form and focus on the state of being you want to experience, flow returns instantly. And then something unexpected may occur. You go to a dealership just to look around. You meet a salesperson who is unexpectedly attentive, kind, and helpful. You strike up a conversation. You connect. It turns into a date, and then a relationship, becoming a new chapter in your life. Your higher mind wasn't denying you. It was orchestrating something far more meaningful. And by releasing control and insistence, by trusting the orchestration, you entered the flow state. Flow always gives you what you truly want, not just what your physical mind thinks it wants. Because being in the flow state is being in alignment with your higher self, not just connected, but aligned. The flow state is always the path of least resistance. This doesn't mean it's the easiest path. It means it's the most aligned with the growth you need right now. Let's talk about flow and the gamma brainwave state. On a neurological level, the flow state corresponds to the gamma brainwave, the highest frequency measurable in the human brain. Gamma is the state of peak performance, heightened intuition, expanded awareness, deep creativity, enhanced perception, effortless focus. When you're in gamma, time disappears. Actions feel automatic and precise. You access information you normally can't. You feel connected to something beyond yourself. Synchronicities multiply and manifestation accelerates. You experience subtle energies and higher states of consciousness. This is why athletes call it being in the zone. And artists call it that creative state. Mystics call it unity consciousness. It's the frequency of the higher self, of your true self. Gamma is the frequency where the higher mind communicates most clearly, not through words, but through intuition, timing, impulses, sudden knowing, inspiration. You're never more you than when you are in gamma. The gamma state is also the frequency where time feels suspended. In this state, you're not pushing against life, you're moving with it. 𝗏𝘶𝑟 explains that when you're fully in the present moment, in the gamma state, you enter into the natural flow of the higher mind, and you experience a kind of timelessness, a state where your mind and body stop referencing linear time in the usual way. This allows the body to regenerate more efficiently. You literally become ageless. This is why people who spend more time in gamma often appear younger, feel more vital, and recover more quickly. And this principle is one of the keys to how we experience much longer, healthier lifespans in the years to come. And so, how do we live life in the flow state? Here's a 4-step practice that will show you how to do just that. Step 1. Do the thing that feels most right in the moment, the thing that gives you a feeling of expansion. You may think, well, right now I don't want to do the dishes or cook a meal, but I have to. In practical life, many necessary actions we have to do don't appear exciting at all. Dishes, bills, cleaning, paperwork, cooking, returning calls. So let's turn it around and expand our understanding of excitement. The excitement element comes in something that can feel right because it feels like relief once it's done. It no longer needs our attention. It frees up mental space after you complete it. It gives you the sense of, I'll feel so much better if I get this handled. Take washing the dishes as an example. You don't want to. You don't feel happy or excited about doing it. You'd rather do anything else. But when you check internally, you know you'll feel better, happier about it afterwards. Your space feels cleaner and lighter. The unfinished chore won't weigh on your mind. Since it must be done, you can choose to make it a positive experience. Instead of resisting the moment, choose to enjoy the warmth of the water on your hands, the soothing rhythm of the water flowing. Enjoy the sparkle on the glass as the light hits it clean. You're not forcing excitement. You're choosing a perspective that allows the action to feel lighter, smoother, and more aligned. Sometimes the most aligned action is washing dishes, replying to a message, or tidying your space. Not because it's fun, but because it frees your energy. Step 2. release control of the outcome. Let your physical mind decide what it wants to experience. Then let your higher mind decide how it comes, including whether or not a course correction may be needed. Your job is to trust the process and follow the signs. The higher mind handles the orchestration. A simple example. When you get on a plane from Los Angeles to New York, you don't worry about how the engine of the plane works, how the aircraft maintains lift, or how the pilot navigates weather systems. You choose the destination, and the pilot handles the mechanics. Manifestation works the same way. You choose the essence of the experience. Your higher mind handles the how. Step 3. Interpret everything through a positive or neutral lens. It always serves a purpose. This is one of the most powerful and misunderstood keys to staying in the flow state. When something happens in your life, the event itself is neutral. What determines whether you stay in flow or fall out of it is how you choose to interpret that moment. Remember, every event in your life is an orchestration that serves a purpose. If you give it a stressful, negative meaning, your vibrational state contracts, blocking the guidance of the higher mind, bringing you out of flow. If you give it a neutral or positive meaning, your vibration stays flexible, expansive, open, and receptive, allowing the higher mind to guide you. Here's what that actually looks like in daily life. The traffic jam isn't ruining your day. It might be slowing you down to prevent an accident ahead or lining up a perfect timing for later in the day. It may also have nothing to do with you personally. You may simply be part of a larger orchestration unfolding for someone else, and at a higher level, you agreed to play your small part in helping their timing align. The unexpected bill isn't the universe punishing you. It may be revealing something about your financial structure that needs to be stabilized or reorganized. Sometimes it's a little nudge to look at spending habits, forgotten subscriptions, or areas where you're spending money that may be out of alignment with your values. It may also be part of a larger co-creation, helping you develop a deeper understanding, a sense of responsibility, or a new level of empowerment with money, skills you'll need for the next chapter of your life. A frustrating delay in your plans. This isn't a setback. It may be the higher mind repositioning you to meet the right person or avoid the wrong situation. Interpreting events through a positive or neutral lens keeps your vibration open, flexible, and receptive, and keeps you in the flow state, where challenges dissolve faster and with far more ease. An important note here. What about profound human suffering? Not everything that happens to us feels neutral or manageable. Some experiences, like a heinous crime or suffering an unspeakable trauma that feels like something no one should endure, are not things you're expected to reframe immediately or even ever fully understand from the human perspective. From the physical level, these moments are devastating. They deserve compassion, support, and space to feel exactly what you feel. Flow state wisdom is not about pretending everything is okay or forcing a positive meaning onto unbearable events. Instead, it offers this understanding. Even the most painful experiences exist within a larger orchestration, but you are not required to spiritually justify the pain in order to heal. Sometimes the only meaningful interpretation is this: I don't understand why this happened, but I will honor my healing and allow meaning to reveal itself in time. Flow is not about suppressing emotion. It's about staying connected to your inner truth through that emotion. The higher mind never rushes you. And in the long arc of your life, even the most shattering experiences can eventually reveal deeper strength, clarity, compassion, or purpose when you're ready. In these times, I offer you this statement that has been my constant, unwavering companion. I surrender to the guidance of my higher mind and ask that my gifts be revealed to me in service to humanity. Number 4, trust the timing. You will never receive something a moment too soon or a moment too late. Flow unfolds at the exact pace of your alignment. Let's do a quick check-in with the architect. I asked, can you share your definition of the flow state and how being in this state helps us? And here is the sharing. Beloved, the flow state is the alignment between your presence and your purpose, where you are no longer overthinking, efforting, or engaged in second guessing. You are simply being what the moment calls for, effortlessly. It is when your energy and your attention become one. You are fully engaged, deeply focused, and fully in the present moment. You are not trying to do. You are the doing. There is no resistance in your system. From a grounded perspective, here is what's happening. Your nervous system is calm but alert. You're not operating from stress or pressure. You're focused but without tension. Your mental chatter quiets. You're not questioning every step or outcome. Your inner critic softens. Your actions feel intuitive. You know what to do next. Without needing to plan every detail, you respond rather than react. Your energy is efficient. You're not leaking energy to doubt or fear. You're channeled cleanly. The flow state, number 1, heightens creativity. You access insights and ideas that seem to appear from nowhere because you're in resonance with your higher self. Number 2, deepens presence. You experience the present moment in a full-bodied state. You're no longer chasing the future or clinging to the past. Number 3, strengthens intuition. You make decisions quickly, clearly, and intuitively because you are no longer filtering emotions through fear or doubt. Number 4, improves performance. Whether you are writing, speaking, creating, helping, healing, you are more effective not because you push harder, but because you are no longer resisting the natural rhythm of your being. Number 5, builds trust in self. Every time you enter the flow, you learn to trust in the deeper intelligence of self. Flow is not a state to be experienced for some and not for others. It is a state where you are not only more productive, but you are more deeply and authentically an expression of the true self. Okay, remember, the flow state never disappears. It's the natural rhythm of who you are. The moment you choose presence and trust over resistance, insistence, and control, life begins to move with you again. And with that, we'll bring this to a close. If you like the sharing and you'd like to hear more, please consider hitting the like and the subscribe button to join this beautiful community where we explore how to work with synchronicity, trust timing, dissolve insistence, and manifest from the flow state instead of force. Superhuman Made Simple with the Architect.